Welcome everyone to this week's edition of the WyoSports video blog. I'm Robert Gagliardi, Senior Editor of WyoSports, here to preview Wednesday's Border War game between Wyoming and Colorado State. This is the start of second half of league play for both teams. Wyoming won the first matchup in Fort Collins, 60-54 back on January 7th. And as we enter the second half of league play, Wyoming's tied for first place in the league with San Diego State at 7-2. Colorado State right on both those teams' heels at 6-3. 19-3 overall. And when you look back at the first game, everyone, I think a couple things stood out. Wyoming's defense held Colorado State to 34% shooting, one of its lowest totals of the season, if not the lowest, and one of its lowest point totals of the season. Colorado State enters this game leading the Mountain West in scoring, 74 points a game. I know when they played back in January, it was pretty close to that as well, but Wyoming did a very good job of defending Colorado State. But the Rams also kind of help that matter. They missed 17 shots inside or around the key area, including 10 layups. I don't think if you're Wyoming, you want to give the Rams that many looks inside or good looks inside, and B, you can count on them missing those shots this time around. I think one thing that Wyoming's going to need to do better in this game is rebounding. We talk a lot about rebounding with Wyoming, but Colorado State got 11 offensive rebounds, yet they only scored 7 second chance points, going back to that shooting percentage. But when you look at Wyoming's win over Nevada last Saturday, 63-55 in Laramie, Nevada came in as the best rebounding team in the league, and also the best offensive rebounding team in the league. And Wyoming did a good job. It held a 12-9 edge on the offensive glass and out-rebounded Nevada by 10. So, Wyoming is more than capable. And one thing that's a little misleading about Wyoming's rebounding numbers, you just look at them and you look at the averages, and Wyoming's among the lowest in the Mountain West. But in defensive rebounds, Wyoming leads the Mountain West in defensive rebounding percentage right at about 75%. Now Colorado State's right behind them, just a few tenths of a percentage point behind Wyoming. But when it comes to the defensive glass, Wyoming does a good job. They may not get a lot of rebounds, but they get the majority of them of the opportunities that come up. So I think that's going to be very important again for the Cowboys. And I think another big key in this game will be Larry Nance Jr., and obviously he's going to be a key in every game for the Cowboys. But remember, against Colorado State, right near the end of the first half, he felt a pop in that surgically repaired right knee, and it scared him. Fortunately for Larry and everyone, it was just scar tissue. It wasn't anything structurally or anything like that, but he was rendered pretty much, not useless, but limited, to say the least, in that second half, although he made a basket or two late that really helped seal that victory. But we should have a healthy Larry Nance in this game, and that's going to be very important for Wyoming, in a game like this. J.J. Avila had 23 points against Wyoming in the first game. No one else scored in double figures. I don't know if Wyoming's going to be able to do that again. J.J. Bejarano, they got a lot of weapons, as Larry Scheid said. Larry Scheid said that this is the most complete offensive team in the league. So we'll see. If Wyoming can take one or two guys away, though, and make one guy beat them, I think that's going to work toward their advantage. So we'll see how that goes. And lastly, we've talked about this the last couple of weeks, turnovers are going to be key for Wyoming. 7 straight games of 13 turnovers or more. Can't have it. Just can't afford to turn the ball over that many times against a good team like CSU. 17 turnovers against the Rams in the first game. Wyoming's going to have to cut those down and also do a good job in its transition defense, which it has all season. 6 points for the Rams in transition against Wyoming in the first game, according to the stats. So it's kind of a strength versus strength. Colorado State can score. Not that it can't play defense, but its strength is on offense and its versatility. Wyoming can play defense. So it's a battle of wills. We'll see how it turns out. Every game's going to be tough. I'm going to go with the home team here in another close one. I'm going to go Wyoming 65, Colorado State 61. So that'll do it for this edition of the WyoSports video blog. For more Wyoming coverage, see the Wyoming Tribune Eagle and Laramie Boomerang, and also log on to wyosports.net. Thank you very much. Enjoy the game, everybody.